hit the jackpot today. I had to go into Walmart just to pick up a few things for a baby shower, make some punch and some dip. And I always walk through the garden center before I go inside. The Bonnie plant man was there, and he was pulling out all these plants, putting them up on a cart, and he told the boy in there, the worker, he said, I'm going to throw these away. He said, you can either, if somebody wants them, just give it to them free, or just throw them away, one or the other. Well, these are pumpkins, and they don't look very good, but let's see. I'm still going to plant them. I'm going to find me a good place to plant them, and I'm going to fertilize them. And there's 10 of them. There's 10 of them there. We'll see how many we can get to live. I mean, some of them, the ends are still looking good. But that's 10 pumpkin plants free. One of my favorite basils, Thai basil. 1, 2, and there's lots of plants in each one of these cups too. 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 Thai basil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rosemary. I got all this free. So what you need to do is go to your Walmart about now, because the plants are starting to die off, and I always watch this every year. And even some of their, this is a hibiscus, and I never buy one because they're so expensive. They're about $18. This one was on sale for $7. So you can't beat that. So I'm going to plant that back with my mint, my tea, and my tea plants, and my municipal, and my herbs. I'm going to plant that back there. That's a hibiscus that you can make tea out of. But yeah, I hit the jackpot. I walked through that garden center at the right time. And there was another young lady there, and I think she bought probably, let's see, there's 10, I bet she bought 50 basil plants, just regular basil. I think it was a sweet basil, and they were pretty tall. But she bought every one that was out there because they were all free. So I am going to find a good place for these pumpkins. I'm going to plant them, see if they live, and plant these out with my herbs. I mean, how can you beat that? So go to your Walmart center and check out the garden, and just see if there's anything on sale that they're needing to get rid of, because our Walmart's been doing that a lot lately. And then ask when the Bonnie plant man's going to come in, because he's liable to throw a bunch of plants away like this one's going to. Good deal. I want to show you around the flea market just a little bit, and then I'm going to show you what I brought home. Hi everybody. Well, y'all know how much I love show and tell. So it's time for show and tell. Last couple of weeks when I've just had to leave the house and just do a few things, maybe run some errands or something, it's hard for me to pass by a flea market and not go in. So I'm going to do some show and tell on some things that I found at some of my flea markets in our next towns, Hardy, Arkansas, and then another one I went to, and I got some really good buys there and some really good stuff in Pocahontas, Arkansas. But anyways, I have started in the past collecting antique, vintage, older dishes, plates, and they don't even have to match. I'm not big on matchy stuff, but so let's see, last week I had to go to Hardy to the grocery store just to pick up some produce or something, and of course I can't, it's been a while since I walked through the little flea markets and antique stores at Hardy. So I was by myself, and I wasn't really in a big hurry to get home. So I thought, you know, before I go to the grocery store, I'm just going to go in and enjoy myself, because it really relaxes me. Walking through these shops and looking and learning, whether it be a flea market or an antique store or a thrift store, I just love it. And I know a lot of y'all out there love the same thing. And I'm always looking for a bargain, of course. Now, when you go into antique stores, and it's not that you're always going to find a bargain there, but sometimes you'll find something that just that you just have maybe always looked for, or you just love these certain items. Maybe it's got a decent price on it. It's not real expensive, so you go for it. And it's just, I don't know. I love the adrenaline of looking, and when you find that one thing, and it just makes you happy, and it's got a decent price on it, I just love it. So that's something that I do just for, it's not really a hobby or just something that I just have to do, but it's something that I do because, just like when Danny goes fishing, he loves to fish. He loves being out there in the water, and he just loves, that's just part of what he loves to do. So it's kind of like that for me. I don't really have to come out there buying anything, because it's always, for me, it's always that find, that one or two things that you find that you just love, and you got a good price on it, and I just love it. But anyways, I just want to share a few things. Like I said, I've been collecting plates, vintage plates, and I might stick with a color, but not a certain pattern. I love to mix the patterns up. So I've been finding these plates, and this one, I'll show you in just a minute. This was made in England by Johnson Brothers. It says a genuine hand engraving. It says detergent and acid resistant. It's dishwasher safe. So we know this ain't real old, but I just love the pattern on it. I love the depth of it. So I thought, you know, that would be a pretty one to sit on the table, because my table here in what I call my keeping room is pretty long. It sits 8 people, and I want to be able to put at least 6 settings on this table and have it set all the time, whether if we use it or not. I just think it's pretty. So I've been collecting, I like the blues. So that was one. And this, I love the pattern on it too. And it's a little bit heavier. This one is, it says the Spode Blue Room Collection. It was first introduced in 1825. Now this is not an original. It says underglazed print from a hand engraved copper plate. So this is from the Spode Bloom the Spo Blue Room collection. I'll show you the back of it. But I do love the pattern and the color. So it's a good plate. And they don't even have to be really the same size either. This one I thought was really pretty too. It's a deeper blue. I'm going to read this. I have to get up close to read it. Harmony House. And I'm thinking this was made in Japan. Yeah. A lot of the beautiful dishes that you find in antique stores and flea markets are from Japan. And this is a really heavy one. I like the depth of it for serving in. And I also love the darker blue color and the pattern. Now, some of these, it depends on how much I really like it. I'll give anywhere from $5 to $8. And I have found some for even as much as $4. But, so I think this one was $8. But it's a heavier, better plate. And like I say, I just pick these up. I don't buy them all at once. I pick them up here and there because that's just, I just love, you know, that game of finding, you know, what you need for your set of dishes or whatever you're looking for, glasses. This is a pretty pattern too. Okay, this one's from England. It's a Kensington handcrafted, and I'll show you the back of it here in just a minute. But I do love this pattern. And I love the depth of it. Then I'm going to show you the back. Because I do have subscribers that watch my videos from the UK, from over in England, France, all over the world. So that was 4 finds. And what I'm going to do is I want to find at least 2 more. And that's just what I like to do. So finding 2 more, it kind of excites me. Because even the last time I went, I was looking and I really didn't find any that I liked. So I'm still on the hunt for 2 more plates. Pretty patterns, blue. I like them when they're vintage. They don't have to be 100 years old though to go with my collection that I'm going to put out here on my big table. And I need to get me some new I got these little napkins that are, I think they're cross-stitched, but they're in beige, and I think I'd like probably something with blue in it to go with this set of dishes. But I thought those were pretty. There's only 4 of these, and I'm going to look for 6 for a setting of 6. And it wouldn't bother me to have 6 different design napkins, as long as there's a little bit of blue or something in it. Would be fine too. I think that would look good. These were, I love these. I found these at the last flea market. Little vases for putting probably a couple of little flowers in to sit around. And here's another one. And then this one here, I just love. And if you look at the top, you can put each individual stem in each one of those, and it holds your flowers up. So you could put all 3 of these together, and it would look pretty on your table with flowers in it. So that's just stuff that I look for. I also found this. I told Danny, he was with me, I said, I'm going to get this little tea set because when I drink coffee, I don't drink that much coffee or hot tea. I mean, what I mean is I'm a sipper. So you don't need to fill me up a big mug of coffee or tea because it's going to go cold before I get it all drank. So, and I thought the pattern was so pretty. So I told him, I said, I'm going to get the saucer and the little cup. They were $2 a piece. And this is what I'm going to start drinking my coffee in, because that's just enough for me in the mornings. And that's all I'll drink all day. And in the wintertime, when I'm drinking my hot tea, like my mint tea and stuff that I grow, this is just enough. And I just think it's really pretty. Kind of special. Now this is my recent find. This was, let's see, what's the name? I'll show you the back of it. There's nothing on here. Now, the paint on this is real crackly, and that's what caught my attention. And this isn't blue, of course, but these are pretty because I do have tan and brown in my kitchen too. But I just thought this was so pretty. But all there is the saucers. There's no plates, no cups. And she sold the whole bunch of it to me for $12. But I'm going to show you the back. It just says gold fruit on it is all it says. So I got 12 of them. I haven't unwrapped all of them yet. But they're mostly this size. And then there's a couple that's the next size up. And it says the same thing, just says gold fruit on the back. So for that price, I thought they were just really pretty. And you could use these on your table setting for, you know, desserts, a little salad or vegetable or whatever. So that whole set, which was 1, 2, yeah, there was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, they were $1 a piece. That's what they were, because there's 12 of them there. This is another plate. I love using these old vintage plates, especially at a holiday time, because I don't go by usually any kind of trays or plates brand new, hardly ever. And this one's, it's just so pretty. It's got a gold around the edging. This one is it's called Eggshell Georgian, and it's by Homer Laughlin, or Laughlin. It's made in the USA. It does have a number on the back. Homer Laughlin, I think. Isn't that pretty? And it does. It has the gold edging on it. Make a pretty platter for your holiday table. And I didn't give, I think I give $4 for it. So I didn't give much for it. That's why I get so ecstatic sometimes when I find, go to these flea markets and you find certain booths that they know they have nice stuff and they have it set up so nice, but they don't charge an arm and a leg for stuff. You know, it's price reasonable where people can actually, you know, afford it. Now this, I won't use this plate on my table setting. I'm going to put this probably in a one of them plate stands. But I have another old plate that has a rooster on it. I love the colors on it. It's more of oranges and greens and yellows, more of the, or it may be more of a teal color, but it's more of a primitive color to go with some of my primitive stuff in my kitchen. So I've got a plate stand that I'll put this on and put it up on one of my shelves. It's made in the USA. by Taylor, Smith, and Baylor. Taylor, Smith, and Baylor, I think it says. It's kind of Taylor, Smith, and Baylor, I think. I'm not sure. And it's upside down kind of when you're looking at it. So, but I love the pattern on it. Let's see, here is another tray that I thought was beautiful for using, and I did not, I think I give $6 for this. This was another find at another time. I'm going to hang this on the wall. This was one that was made in Japan too. It's heavy too, y'all. But I love the pattern on it, and I love the depth of it. You could serve, like at Christmas, you could serve your turkey meat or your ham or something like that on it. It has a ridge down here. I'm not sure what that's for, except to keep it, you know. You see the ridge around the bottom. Keep it from, you know, sitting right directly on your table. But it's pretty. So, that's all my dishes. This right here I found at a little thrift store there at Hardy. I don't remember the name of it, but it's right there close to Memory Lane. And I'm just going to turn around and show you the bottom. Show the shape of it. Now, the tag on it, of course you can tell how old it is. But it didn't, it just said cookie cutter. I believe that this is for, and you can tell me different if you know, I think this is for shortbread. Because if you see the little spikes in it, that's to cut the holes in your cookie, because you need holes in your shortbread cookie for them to turn out right, be crispy in. But that's, I give $2 for this. Actually, they could have probably asked more for it because it was a pretty neat find. That's why I grabbed it. I also got this little bitty biscuit cutter. Now I've got two actually of this same kind, except it's got a red handle on it. But they're biscuit size. This one's smaller to make. You can even cut cookies out with it, but this is to make smaller little tea biscuits out of. Now this is really neat. You can see the shape of it. It's got little legs on it that sit, you know, on the, just like that. And it's got holes in it. I asked the lady because I was really interested because it had a good little price on it. I said, is this for a boiled egg? And she said, you know, she said, I think it is. She said, I think it was to, now this is not the original handle. Somebody made this and soldered it on because I guess the original handle had broke off. And I guess you would sit it down in your pot and boil your egg. Now, that's just what we've come up with, but if y'all know anything different, let me know in the comment. I give $4 for it. And y'all know how much I love my old little antique utensils for the kitchen. Because I even picked this up, and probably some of y'all have these already, but it's one of the old can openers. I think they had $3 or $4 on this. I'm thinking it was $3. So that was just some neat little things that I found, and to put in with my kitchen collection of old stuff. Like me, old stuff. Now this thing back here, this, I'll bring it down here. This is a candelabra. Now, I spent a little bit more money on this. This is the old job. And it doesn't hold 12, but it holds 11 candles because the 11th one is right here on top. I'm going to leave it as is. I may sand it just a little bit and clean it up, but I'm not going to mess with the patina of it at all. But you can see the stand on it. And when I do get the rest of my dishes and decide how I'm going to set up my table in here, I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to get me some candles to put in here. And I think during the seasons, maybe different things, I'll change the colors of the candles out. I will also use this. Now this is some of the things that I do with some of my vintage finds. Is I help do baby showers, wedding showers, parties. Every once in a while somebody asks me to help. And I will stage and use some of my stuff that I have here at my home. And this would be one of them. This would be a centerpiece for some kind of a bridal shower, baby shower, whatever, anniversary, just whatever. So a lot of my vintage stuff comes into good use. So I paid a little bit more for this than I would anything else. But I mean, it wasn't too bad, y'all, because I wouldn't have bought it. But I just love it. And I can't wait to eventually get my table set up here in the keeping room, just so I can look at it and see how pretty it is every day. And if I do have a special occasion, my family can come in here and eat and enjoy it too. So I know a lot of y'all like me, you love going to these flea markets and antique stores, and you love looking for this stuff. And I love, now that I'm retired and I've got more time, I think I will take more time to just do things like that just makes me happy, because it's the little things in life that make me happy. It's not the big things. So if I can have a table that I can have set up with my flea market finds on just beautiful vintage plates that I didn't give much for, and candles and vases for flowers and just things like that. When you have your home in a way that just makes you happy, you just want to stay home more. You don't want to, it's no big deal to, some people just are on the go all the time and just have to go and have to go. I love being home. I love my home. You can ask my children. I have always been a big homemaker, not only in the sense of taking care of my family, but I love to set my home up to make it comfortable for other people too, not just myself. Mr. Brown would probably tell you, he'd probably shake his head at me, but he don't care. He's got his stuff he loves, and I've got stuff that I love, and neither one of us spend a lot of money on it. We try to be frugal as we can about it. Anyways, I just wanted to bring y'all along because I love my show and tell. And I think I'm going to grab, hang on just a minute. Okay, this was another find. I love old cake covers like this. And I've got another one somewhere. But most of my cake covers are like Tupperware or something like that. But when I find one, a vintage one, it's got a little dent in it, at a flea market for a good price, I just can't help it. Now I've got one, I'm going to show y'all sometime. I'll have to dig it out because it's in storage. This cake pan, and I know y'all probably have seen them, it's probably back from the 1940s, 50s, I can't remember. Anyways, it's a double. It's where you can put a pie on the bottom and then a cake on top. And then even the top has another storage for like cookies or cupcakes or something. So it's three layers. But I need to get that out sometime and show y'all that, because I've had that thing since my kids were young. So, and I've been flea marketing ever since I was married, I guess. Well, probably not that long, but since my kids were young anyways. But I want to show that to you. But this is something I want to show y'all. I was gifted this beautiful little bookmarker to put in my Bible. Thank you so much for sending that to me. Y'all send me, it was for my retirement, y'all. It says, enjoy the next chapter, 2024, and it's got a little feather and a heart on it. But I'll use this in my Bible. So thank you very much. Y'all sent me cards and gifts and stuff for our retirement. We want to thank y'all so much for thinking of us like that. It was so sweet. And I have been sent so many gifts, lots of old cookbooks, and I want to thank y'all, all y'all that have sent, even from your own collection of cookbooks, you send them to me. This one was sent recently, and I'm gonna, I know a lady at the local library. I think she can bind this for me, because either that or I'm gonna find something see-through to put it in, because this thing is so old. I want to show you the front of it. And I don't even know this brand name, but a lot of y'all might. I think it's called Raisin. It was Raisin baking powder. I don't remember that brand name. Or is it Risen? It's one or the other. Maybe it's Risen. But it's called either Risen or Raisin baking book. And on the back it shows you the brand name, the baking powder can. This thing's old, y'all. And it's the price on it's by Marion Harris Neal, and the price on it was $1. It even says that right there. And I'm so careful with it because I don't want it to fall apart. They call it the perfect baking powder. And I had never even heard of it. I'm trying to find the, let's see. Okay, the copyright was 1916. This is from the General Chemical Company, Food Department, New York. Copyright 1916. A practical manual for the preparation of food requiring baking powder. Compiled and edited by Marion Harris Neal. She was the editor of Ladies' Home Journal and the author of salads, sandwiches, and chafing dish recipes. This right here says, the master chefs of New York's leading hotels, clubs, and restaurants were quick to realize the excellence of Raisin, the perfect baking powder. Among the first to use the baking powder was the Waldorf Astoria, Delmonico's, the Colony Club, Hotel Astor, Sherry's, the Biltmore, Hotel St. Regis, Lotos Club, Hotel Knickerbocker, Lamb's Club. I mean, it goes on and on and on. So it must have been a good baking powder. But I just never have heard of it. Maybe it's a baking powder that they only sold up north or something. But that's just really neat. So thank you very much. And thank all of y'all for all your gifts that you send us and all the kind comments. So I'm glad you said, and I just, like I said, I've liked show and tell ever since I was a little girl. Every Friday at school we always had show and tell, and I always had to take something. Didn't matter what it was, if it was a worm or a frog in my pocket or if it was a baby doll. I'd take it with me for show and tell. It might be dead by the end of the day, but I always had something in my pocket for show and tell. I hope y'all have had a wonderful week. I hope you've had a wonderful day. I'm not sure what time this video, probably around 3 o'clock will come out. But the weekend's coming up and it's going to be hot, y'all. Summer's here and 96 degrees. The humidity's about 100%, it seems like. So I want y'all to be safe out in this heat. Take care of yourself. Don't get out there in the middle of the day and get a heat stroke. take care of your animals. Make sure they got plenty of water, cool water, and some shade, able to not get too hot. And it just seems like we go from, here in Arkansas, we don't have a very long spring anymore. We go from winter to very little spring right into hot summer. I mean, it just seems like we don't get to enjoy spring much anymore. So by the time summer's over with, I'm always looking forward to fall. I think fall's probably my favorite time of year anyways. So y'all have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see y'all in a couple days. And we'll be doing something. We'll be cooking, we'll be canning, we'll be gardening, show and tell, who knows. We might even be outside cooking. You just never know, because we always just bring y'all along with us with whatever we're up to. So God bless everybody. We love y'all. And get out. Get out. If you need to get out of the house, go to a flea market where there's air conditioning this time of year, and just look. Just look at all the vintage stuff. I think it'll just kind of make you happy. So we'll see y'all.